We've been struggling with flies in our worm bins, so you guys commented to freeze the scraps. Let's see if it really works. Hey guys, we're back with our 5th worm bin update. This part of the video is week 18 and you'll learn if freezing scraps is helpful and what to add in your bin to help find eggs. This week's scraps were a lot of corn husks, random weeds, banana peels, carrots, potato skins, and corn cobs. We heard worms like to put their eggs in little nooks and crannies like in corn cobs, so stay till the end to see if it works. These pieces are kind of big, so let's chop it up real quick and stick it in the freezer. Someone commented to smash them before adding it, so in our other videos, we've had a lot of tiny flies, and supposedly freezing scraps can kill them and their eggs, so let's see if that works. Our 1,000 worms really ate up the 7 pounds of watermelon rinds from 2 weeks ago that it looks like there's only a little bit left. If we dig deeper, we see the worms are just chilling. Worms love moisture, and with watermelons being so high in water content, the worms love it, especially during the hot months. So for these scraps, we'll just dig a canal again in the middle like before. This cardboard's almost gone, so I'll use it as a bottom layer of dry brown matter and add some worms with the scraps to get them started. Ivy also got this from her workplace, so we'll try using it as grit. My auntie works for a gas station and her garden smells so good because she puts tons of coffee grounds in her garden every day. Then we'll cover it up with compost to avoid any smells and a lot of cardboard since this bin is super wet. I think this was about 3 pounds of scraps, and if you've seen our last worm video about feeding them watermelon, you'd remember our 1,000 worms handled 7 pounds of watermelon rind pretty easily. And here's how our bin looks. Let us know down in the comments what you think of our worm bin setup. We'll just cover it with more cardboard and put a light on top to keep the worms down. Our week 19 scraps this time was completely disgusting. It really stank because this jar didn't have much air circulation. I just wanted to get rid of it, so I didn't freeze it this time. But at least this week, our bin had no flies for the first time, so I think freezing the scraps really works. We've had some eggs in our older videos, so I wanted to try adding corn cobs because I heard worms like laying eggs in them. But I don't see any, even in the smaller one, at least for now. But it looks like they like the husks though. I think these corn husks are more like brown matter, so that's probably why it's taken a while. But the worms are just chilling there having a good time. Also, we got our worms from Uncle Jim. They're supposed to be red wigglers, but we feel like they're Indian blues because how they look and because they like exploring the bin. Comment down below what you think they are. Now it's time to splop these gross scraps. Do worms like dragon fruit? Let's find out. And don't forget to remove the fruit stickers. Last time's coffee grounds worked, but we'll just use eggshell this time. We'll add a lot of cardboard because this bin is going to be super wet, and you don't have to mix it, but I'm just doing it for fun. And maybe a little more eggshell since we didn't add much grit last week. Always cover it up with your brown matter and compost, and here's how it looks. Week 22, hopefully they... I should be used to this by now. Well, I didn't see any dead worms outside the bin, so that's good. Or any flies, which was our problem in the past. Let's check out these worms. Oh, we got an egg! Looking good. And another one. Maybe the cobs will have some since we got a few eggs in this handful. Yup, this corn cob got a lot too. Comment down below how many eggs you've seen on this cob. We've had some eggs before, but this is the most I've ever seen. So I'm guessing it really takes these worms a while to lay out a lot of eggs since we've had this bin for about 5 months. The other corn cobs were empty, but we got a lot of good looking worms here. Even got a few more eggs. The compost looks kind of matted down, so I'll just aerate it a bit to make sure the oxygen can reach the bottom of the bin. We don't do this more than once a month though, because you don't want to stress the worms. We've got a worm filter video and our garden plans for this year coming up, so please subscribe for more. See you next time.